Welcome along everybody to Apex Racing TV and the Club 73 Touring Car Championship here on iRacing Live. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Anna Bath and James Nash. And Adam, it is the final meeting of the season. We are at the Brands Hatch circuit in the United Kingdom. GP layout, one of my favourites. So we're going to see some great action here tonight.
Yeah, likewise. Love the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, and yeah, we've got the Kias and the Jettas on the track today, and we've got some titles to be decided. Unfortunately, in the Kias, it is a bit of a foregone conclusion. Pete Howard wasn't able to take part at Motorsport last week, so Michael Hall has got quite a big advantage. However, it's going to be the Jettas which are going to be taking centre stage here, with Clive Lawrence, Conrad Venter, and Dennis Melchert all separated by just 16 points. It's going to be a very interesting and intriguing two races.
Of course, first race 15 minutes, second one is 30. Mandatory pit stops have returned to the series as well in the last few weeks, which has made it very interesting again. Yeah, we're just a minute or so away from going down to the grid, and we see that in the Kia category we have actually a tie for second place between Michael Hall and Chris Wood, but it's Lewis Bibby out in front, 130.1, and that's quite a big advantage, Adam, even though, like we said, the championship is pretty much done and dusted.
Yeah, very close there by Lewis Bibby. He's second in the championship as well, so definitely showing the pace. He was just marginally quicker on his qualifying lap than he was in his practice lap, which he was quickest out of everyone there. So Bibby doing a good job. Michael Hall in second, leading the championship, of course. Can afford to take it a bit easy, because the only way of Bibby and Harris getting anything here is if Michael Hall gets a 0. Looking at the points, I think you're only not. I think it's similar to BSR, where you get 0 if you're more than.
You get a 0 if you're disqualified.
Yes, the rules
are
50, 47, 45, 43, 42, 41, 40, and then carry on dropping 1 point per place. So yeah, we'll hopefully get a bit of information as the evening progresses. We're running through the championship standings before we get down to the grid. Hall leading Bibby by, as we were saying, about 70 or so points. So yeah, it's going to be tough for Bibby to close in. Pete Howard in third, Mark Woodhouse in fourth, fifth Chris Wood, who is third on the grid with exactly the same time to 3 decimal places as Michael Hall. Scott Malcolm in sixth, Sam Reed in seventh, Neil Rocks eighth, Clinton Bell in ninth, and Hackerson in 10th. And in the Jettas, it is Clive Lawrence, just 6 points ahead of Conrad Venter. Cheese and Wine at it again, and it's Merlot on top of Cheddar this time. Third is Dennis Melchert, who's been closing him down all the way. Fourth, Ryan Walker. Fifth, Tim Mawson. Running through the grid as well, we've got not got much time. Lewis Bibby on pole position. Second, Michael Hall. Third, Chris Wood. Fourth, Tristan Bollis. Fifth, Stuart McFadden. Sixth, Jason Rowe. Seventh, John Roberts. Eighth, Neil Rocks. Ninth, Scott Malcolm. And 10th is Andrew Whitehead. 11th is Dale Green. 12th, Chris Sherburn. Then into the Jettas, Ryan Walker on pole, Clive Lawrence second. That's crucial for Lawrence's title hopes. Third is Tim Mawson. Fourth, Conrad Venter. Fifth, Miguel Freitas. Sixth is John Broadmeadow. Seventh is Dennis Melchert, so not the best qualifying for him. Steve Hooper eighth, Adam Hedgecock in ninth, and 10th is Sean Gardner. Starting at the back, it's the two Kings, Ian King in 29th and AD King in 30th.
All right then, about ready for the start here at Brands Hatch. First round of the evening will commence. I think we've got a bit longer, I think.
No, we're just getting ready to go now. 5-second board being shown to the drivers.
All right then, everyone in position. And the green light is on here at Brands Hatch. Let's start by Lewis Bibby. Michael Hall moves across in second place. Oh, and there's contact, I can hear it. On round is Steve Hooper and Adam Hitchcock off.
Conrad Venter's got smoke pluming from the back of his VW Jetta. The turbo diesel is on fire almost.
Yeah, I think that's the end of the South African's chances. I'm not sure he's realised it yet, has he?
What on earth he did to cause that damage? We'll have a look.
I wonder if he was hit at the start. I wonder if that's one of the things.
Oh dear, it was a big one. Now, oh dear, a Team Mad car tries to go through the middle, and it's car 46 as well. That's Tim Mawson.
Mawson ended up spearing off into the fence.
And then Venter comes back across the track, collects a few jetters as well for good measure.
That's what blew the engine.
And that is what destroyed the engine. It also involves, yeah, Steve Hooper. We saw him tow back to the pits. And the other jetter was Adam Hedgecott. He's also carrying a lot of smoke from the engine. But here come the Kias. Oh no, that's Chris Wood. Chris Wood into the wall. We saw a Seat do that in dramatic fashion a few years ago. And Chris Wood replicating that almost there.
And vaulted the barrier, if I remember
Yeah, it
right.
did, yeah. Marshall said to go running.
There you go. Not a lot of running for Chris Wood in this race remaining. That's pretty much the end of him. Lewis Bibby, who made his debut in the Sim Gear team, in the BSRTC on Thursday night. Well, he's well and truly in gear and he's away. But Michael Hall pursuing him. He's the one who's probably going to win the title here tonight. Champion-elect, almost certainly. Yeah, Hall looking strong as usual. Stuart McFadden in third, Tristan Bodies fourth, fifth is Jason Rowe. And in the jetters, it was a good start by our pole sitter, Ryan Walker, the Scotsman, into the lead ahead of Clive Lawrence. John Broadmeadow's been hit by Dennis Melcher. I think Melcher there tried to go up the inside into Druids. Broadmeadow, I'm not sure he gave him a heck of a lot of space. It was a bit of a 50-50 one there, I think. And that meant that the Englishman is off and the German goes through, and Miguel Freitas. That's not the first head-to-head between English and German drivers today, Adam.
No. If anyone hasn't watched the Grand Prix, spoiler alert, yeah, but yeah, terrible start then for the Cheese and Wine Cheddar outfit. It's these jetters have definitely taken a bite out of that team. And yeah, I think
with some Welsh rarebit in the back of Conrad Venter's car after that.
Oh, definitely. I think Dennis Melcher, I wonder if that was a bit of championship angst getting involved there. He wants to stay with Clive Lawrence as much as he can, and he didn't want John Broadmeadow getting in his way at all. Going into Druids.
Side by side, Sean Gardner and Dave Crozier going for it through Dingle Dell.
Oh, look at the commitment there by Crozier.
He's on the grass, is Dave Crozier, but somehow manages to keep it. Gardner goes wide. He's going to pick up the slipstream towards Clearways. Is he going to go through here? No.
Got a bit of grip on the grass there, Dave Crozier there.
Yeah, that was decent, wasn't it? It was a good move by Dave Crozier. Keep that position. I think it is Sean Gardner attacking Dave Crozier more than the other way around, but Dave using all the track and a bit more.
He is going wheel to wheel here for the lead. Hall trying to get past Bibby.
And he has.
And he has.
Excellent work by Michael Hall in 30s. It's very close, this, isn't it?
Yeah, bump drafting.
He's
more
pushing
bump
him.
drafting. Yeah, has to go. He's turned him.
Hall into the fence.
Well, the two championship contenders.
Oh my goodness.
Can he get it home?
Looks like he can. He only has to keep going.
They do have a fast.
Keep going.
Yes, they do have a fast repair, unlike Adelaide 1994.
There was no fast repair. That was the problem.
That was the problem for Damon Hill.
Damon Hill. That was one of the first F1 races I even watched.
In the early hours.
Gutting for Damon Hill.
Oh well, Michael Hall.
And he's not going to be happy with Lewis Bibby. I tell you, he is not going to be happy.
He's going to come into the pits.
I don't blame him either, to be honest.
Well,
being bump drafted is down the straight is bad enough on a circuit where it's so bumpy, but to be just driven through almost is it's pretty unacceptable, to be honest.
Well, he's coming into the pits now. I believe he should finish in the lowest position in the Kias, so that will be.
He'll finish the race at least, I would imagine.
Yeah,
but
he'll get some points.
Dear.
Oh, this all me. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets protested either. So, Bibby leads.
Yeah, definitely will be a protest.
Beckham McFadden. And I wonder if McFadden could be getting set to put some karma into Lewis Bibby's life.
It's a bit of a gift for the Scotsman, really, because allowed him to get right with Lewis Bibby into Hawthorne Bend, then fastest corner on the course here. Having a look, you can't really get through on the inside of Westfield Bend, but down the hill then through Sheen Curve and then towards Dingle Dell. Beautiful right hander this. I love that corner. It kind of opens on the exit as well, which allows you to really commit to the bend, as we saw Dave Crozier doing. Good exit by Stuart McFadden. And this time Adam jostling around for position behind.
Into the final corner, into clearways. We've still got just under 9 minutes to go. McFadden having a little look up the inside, but he just can't get the overlap in his red and white Kia Optima over the line to start lap 5 of the race. And see if he can set him up. He's sliding the car through Paddock Hill Bend.
Spectacular stuff from Stuart McFadden. And still pretty quick as well. He hasn't really lost any ground to Lewis Bibby. Shout out to Tristan Bodis, who's currently sat in the top 3 as well in the Boosted Motorsport car, P3. Ryan Walker is doing a good job at the front. Clive Lawrence in second. Do you think we'll see a switch here, Adam? Do you think that's inevitable, or?
Well, they do both drive for the Walker driving for the Cheddar division of Cheese and Wine, whilst Clive Lawrence driving for the Merlot outfit.
Do you think there's going to be an issue there, or do we think... I don't know, really. It's difficult to say. This is within our own team, and we still don't know what they're planning.
Well, Ryan Walker will be trying everything, surely to help Conrad have a shout out with the championship. So I'm sure the Apex guys will race within their limits. But I think Ryan Walker will try to make it as difficult as he can.
Venter is down to 25th, though, so it's yeah, it's going to be tough, isn't it, from here on in? Because Clive Lawrence, at the moment, when he's 3.5 seconds ahead of Dennis Melcher, he's sitting in a good position. Freitas is now with Melcher, and you would imagine it would help his colleague, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, Melcher, with the two working together, the two Team Mad outfit. Looking at in terms of the team's championships in the Jetta, Team Mad wants to make sure that they win the title, of course, because their lead isn't too
there's
big.
A crash, Dave Crozier.
Oh, well, we were just talking about Dave. And
it was 3 wide. Michael Hall is involved in this incident.
Oh dear. Oh, I've just seen that.
He hasn't got any of the incident, but he was part and parcel of the situation.
Well, him and Chris Wood were both were both trying to get positions back, I should say, because of course these two are behind the Jettas after making their pit stops.
It was a very good bit of driving actually from Michael Hall, but surely it's unsettled the Jetta of Dave Crozier, because it looks like just as Michael Hall's car comes through on the grass, Dave Crozier has a move to the right, as if like, you know, what's going on here type thing.
They're both teammates as well, Crozier and Michael Hall, so not good there.
He obviously kind of flinched though, because you can see it. Not necessarily saying it's Michael Hall's fault, but it's a bit of a symptom of the situation. Because what's Hall supposed to do? I mean, what is he supposed to hammer on the brakes and potentially give up a place to Chris Wood? I don't know.
What a very intriguing opening race of the day this is. The Kias are starting to lap the Jettas. They've just negotiated Tim Mawson. They're about to get past Ian King, who was the slowest car to set a time in qualifying.
Lewis Bibby, by the way, has now gained about a second on Stuart McFadden. Conrad Venter, just looking at him, 25th position. He's 10 seconds behind Robert Lundgren. He's probably got half a chance of catching that up, as Lundgren was a good 4 seconds slower in qualifying than Conrad, but I don't think Lundgren is that. In fact, Lundgren now lapping 1.5 seconds quicker than he was in qualifying, so he's having that issue anymore. He is having the issue of going off the circuit, however, going off at Hawthorne Bend. And his teammate David Ayres. No, not his teammate, they're just in very similar coloured cars on my screen.
Michael Hall and Chris Wood continue to negotiate the Jettas. They just got past Dennis Melcher to Miguel Freitas there. Hall now coming up to Clive Lawrence and Ryan Walker, the two leaders in the Jettas. And of course Clive Lawrence, the leader in the championship in the Jettas.
Michael Hall needs to finish the race, really. And does he just really need to finish the one race, Adam?
I think so. I'm just doing the maths now as we speak. At the moment it looks like he's odds on for an 11th place finish. That will give him 36 points. He didn't pick up any of the bonus points either. I don't know if he set the fastest lap of the race. I'll wait and clarify that at the end. He definitely hasn't picked up a clean and incident-free race, which would have given him 4 bonus points. and he didn't pick up the pole either, so that's no bonus points at all for him. So I think that's him guaranteed 36 points.
Now,
we do have a drop round for this season, I believe.
yeah, is that in effect in the table that you had, or are they doing that at the end of the season?
I don't know. That's what we're working with here. I know there definitely weren't any drop rounds in our opening season of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, but this is season 2
right.
now.
Correct. I was talking with Dennis Melcher earlier on, and was saying that looking at the points, I do have some points here, and was Hall up by 87 on your score sheet?
Yes. Yes, he is 87
that's
points.
I believe those are the points with the dropped round. I could be wrong, but my understanding of it.
Right, Michael Hall at the moment is scheduled to end this opening race with 1,054 points.
Oh wait, if you go to unofficial, that's the points, I think, with the dropped scores.
Okay.
So unofficially, Michael Hall is 39 points ahead of Pete Harrod, but obviously Harrod's not here.
Will you be able to link me that, please? I know this is we're talking a bit here, but yeah, by 2.5 minutes to go. Nothing.
I do apologise, viewers, for that. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult at the end of these seasons. Oh, crash! Lewis Bibby has actually hit one of the jetters on the way through as well. It's unbelievable scenes here.
That is David Ayres, I mean,
he's just
666.
flying up the inside of people. He's not using his brain at all, it seems.
But I think he's now realised that he's not going to get the 4 bonus points for a clean and incident-free race, so he may as well just pick up the incidents willy-nilly. There is no incident limit in this series.
Might be emphasis on the willy at the minute. But I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's Kia, faster cars. There's no point. There's no point dive bombing slower traffic. There really isn't, because all you're going to do is get yourself in incidents like that, and he's lucky he didn't damage the car. I don't think it's very sensible at all. But again, this is why I'm boring potentially, Adam. I don't know. McFadden very close to cutting the course there at Dingle Dell as well. What's happening to Bibby? Is he slowing?
I think so. McFadden, I think it's got a bit closer. It's at 1.8 seconds now, Bibby to McFadden. The gap's gone up by 8 tenths since the start of the lap. We're just about to start the final lap of the race now. 1 minute and 12 left on the clock, so this will be the last lap. And McFadden, 7 tenths of a second slow on that final lap, on that last lap. So I don't think Bibby has too much to worry about. He still has to get through some of the jetters.
32.4 for Bibby,
yeah.
And 33.1 for Stuart McFadden.
So, work out who's set the fastest lap of the race. The fastest lap of the race is currently being held by Stuart McFadden. So Bibby, I think he might try and get that on this final lap of the race, but the tyres will surely have used up the majority of their efficient life anyway.
Certainly pushing hard. So we've seen that throughout the entire race, but we'll see what he decides to do in terms of how aggressive he is with the traffic on the final couple of laps. Probably get. It's going to be close with the time, isn't it? I think, but I think this is going to be the final lap.
My current points indicate that obviously I haven't got the drop scores to factor into account here, but the difference between the two will be, as he gets his maths right, 71 points. Here comes Bibby through the final corner.
Indeed he does, and Lewis Bibby, well, he bashes his way to victory here at Brands Hatch. Stuart McFadden over the line in second place, Tristan Bodis in third. And I wonder if Lewis Bibby will incur the wrath of the stewards. I'll be very, very surprised if he doesn't. Not that he'll probably care too much being the last race of the season, but you never know what can happen.
Crucial overtake, I think. Woody Conrad Vent has just overtaken Robert Lundgren to cross the line and take and take 10th position.
Yeah, that's
Late overtake.
barely. That's barely as well by the skin of his teeth. Just a tenth or two of a second over Robert Lundgren. Ryan Walker coming through the final sector now. And yeah, he's had a fantastic race so far. Scottish driver started on pole position and has driven faultlessly, really. Nothing really going wrong at all for him. So far, that is. He's still got a few corners to go. And now through Stirling's Bend. Just the last two straights to negotiate and clearways. He'll be taking victory here in the opening round of the evening at Brands Hatch. Through the final corner he comes then. Hard on the power, let the car run out wide, carry the speed. Nothing Clive Lawrence can do about this, and Ryan Walker going to take the win in the Jetta category.
Just waiting now for Dennis Melcher and Miguel Freitas. They're going to go wheel to wheel across the line, and it's going to be Melcher that comes out on top. And that is a brilliant race for Clive Lawrence. He was 6 points ahead of Venter going into this one, and 16 points ahead of Melcher. He's got that clean and incident-free race, I think. I haven't seen any. I'll just look now. Actually,
yeah, it doesn't have any damage.
We do now have the incidents at our disposal on the entry sheet. So we'll have a look at the Jettas, and gotta find his name on here. Down it goes. And Clive Lawrence picked up 0 incidents. Yeah, so incident-free race. That'll be 4 bonus points for him. And of course, Miguel Freitas and Dennis Melcher. Melcher also, he picked up 5 incidents, so there is a few bonus points that he doesn't get. I'm running through the finishing order then from the penultimate race of the season. Lewis Bibby takes the win. 2nd for Stuart McFadden, 3rd for Tristan Bodis, 4th for John Roberts, 5th Jason Rowe, 6th Scott Malcolm, 7th Andrew Whitehead, 8th Neil Rocks, 9th Dale Green, and Chris Sherburn in 10th. 11th for Michael Hall. He got into battle with Lewis Bibby, and it didn't end well. Chris Wood in 12th. Ryan Walker takes the victory in the Jettas. 2nd for Clive Lawrence, 3rd Dennis Melcher, 4th Miguel Freitas. Those 4 all managing to stay on the lead lap. Then Sean Gardner 5th, Nicholas Rotti in 6th, Chris White 7th, Dave Crozier in 8th, 9th Dan Gunfield, and 10th Conrad Venter, getting that crucial top 10 spot away from Robert Lundgren on the run to the line. He finished in 11th, David Ayres in 12th, Tim Mawson 13th. He crashed at the start with Conrad Venter. 14th Adam Hedgecock, 15th Steve Hooper, 16th Adi King, 17th Ian King, and John Broadmeadow had connection issues. He was out 3 laps down. He finished in 30th place.
Alright, well, that was a very eventful race in the first one of the evening here in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes' time when race 2 will be underway. It'll be half an hour. We will get mandatory pit stops. A whole lot of other action. So stick with us here on iRacing Live.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Brands Hatch after a very eventful first race. We come to this championship decider for the Jetta category with all the anticipation, Adam, of it being a very, very good 30 minutes here.
And once again, we've got a we've got mandatory pit stops. That was what was in there somewhere in this second race, and that's going to really mix up the grid if some of the drivers get it wrong. I'm running through the starting grid then. Stuart McFadden on the pole, second Tristan Bodice, third Andrew Whitehead, fourth Jason Rowe, fifth is Chris Sherburn, sixth Neil Rocks, seventh is John Roberts, eighth Scott Malcolm, ninth Dale Green, and 10th Chris Wood. 11th Lewis Bibby and Michael Hall starting together. That could be interesting. Then it's Nicholas Rossi on the pole in the Jettas.
I know what I'd be doing if I was Michael Hall, but I'm not allowed to say that. So
I think I've got an idea of what you're thinking. Ian King starting second, third John Broadmeadow, fourth Dave Crozier, fifth David Ayres, sixth Eddie King, seventh Robert Lundgren, and here we go, ready to start.
All right then, revs are rising, round 2 of the evening. Green light is on, and we are away for the final time in season 2. Start by Stuart McFadden, who'll be the favourite for this one, surely. Tristan Bodice, side by side with his team principal, Andrew Whitehead. Go through Panakill Bend. Whitehead got an excellent run down the hill. He's going to go through on the inside of Bodice. Up into second position for him, for the former BSRTC race winner. Well, not the former, he still is, of course. As Nicholas Roti leading the way in the Jettas, with John Broadmeadow up to P2. Good start from him. Good start by Dave Crozier up to third, ahead of Ian King, who's dropped down a couple of places. Robert Lundgren then ahead of David Ayres. And then to the championship contenders, who have got, they're all pretty much at the back. Adam, Dennis Melcher side by side with Tim Mawson. And behind them is Conrad Venter and Clive Lawrence, the two men who he's challenging.
Yeah, the top two in the championship, second last and last in the early
and
going
third last,
here.
actually.
yeah, 3-2-1, isn't it? Right at the back, Dennis Melcher, Venter and Lawrence. Maybe just trying to be a bit cautious in the early going. We saw what happened in race 1.
It's going to end up like a sailing race where they're only interested in racing each other. I don't know. Look at that pack as it goes through Westfield Bend. Adam, it's getting very, very tight in that midfield area.
Yeah, there was a car that was off and it rejoined. It was R89. That was Robert Lundgren. It just sort of caused a few of the cars behind to check up a little bit. One car going off the curve.
Tiny bit of contact between Freitas and Chris White going through there. You forgive us if we don't cover the Kia particularly a lot in this race, because it is a battle for the Mike Cooling Cup. The Kia is decided, at least for the I believe it's decided anyway. It's very close to being decided in the main category.
Good stuff. Car in the pits.
Clive Lawrence in
Clive
the pits.
Lawrence. Is that the pit stop getting done now?
It could well be. I wonder if he'd be able to go to it. What is that noise?
Oh no, it's Dave Ayres.
There we go, it's gone. Dear me. Deafened there for a second. As yeah, Clive Lawrence. I wonder if he can get to the end of the race from here. I'd imagine he's getting some clear air. This could be the plan, Adam, to get the undercut and see if he can make it through, well, as far up the field as he can, because remember, reverse grid, few slower cars starting at the front. It could be the perfect opportunity to pull off this attacking strategy.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a master stroke if he can get this done.
You would think the others have to cover it.
Yeah. I wonder what we could see at the end of the lap. I wonder if Conrad Venter might be thinking of getting that pit stop out of the way as well. They're just heading down Pilgrim's Drop now towards Hawthorne Bend. A bit of wheel-to-wheel action going on in front of them. That's Freitas, Ryan Walker. Lundgren is getting under pressure now from Tim Mawson, who barely got more than a few metres away from the line earlier.
Melcher's made 2 or 3 places on this lap, and it's about to be more, because number 97, Ryan Walker, race winner in race 1, going a little bit wide, and Dennis Melcher's through yet again. He makes some contact with his teammate Miguel Freitas, jostling for position behind, jockeying for position behind. For some reason I cannot get that saying right today. Dan Gunfield is one of those. They'll be hoping though, like any good jockey, that they don't fall off the horse.
Especially if they're on the home straight in a season. Into the pits comes Miguel Freitas.
Maybe that's the wrong car to cover Clive Lawrence off with.
Or maybe they're using him as a decoy to hold up Clive Lawrence.
This he's like the 2010 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix all over again.
Yeah.
Missed the pit box, has he?
Well, yeah, he has. Maybe Miguel Freitas is going to be the Vitaly Petrov of this situation, which cost Fernando Alonso and Mark Webber a championship. Away he goes. Very short stop, 12-second stop.
Yeah, short stop, but is it enough? Has he got enough fuel into the tank to make it to the end with 26 minutes, sorry, left to run in the season?
Goodness me, the Kias are all over the place. John Roberts, Andrew Whitehead, we've got Chris Wood, we've got Michael Hall, battling with Lewis Bibby, who's getting forced onto the grass there on the exit of Westfields. That's going to allow Jason Rowe almost on the inside.
This is going to be interesting, Adam, between Hall and Bibby second time around, isn't it?
Got a good run through Sterling's there. Is he going to do some more bump trafficking, Lewis Bibby? Going to come to the outside, going under the bridge.
I think he has made a tiny bit of contact with him, I must admit. We know Michael Hall can dish out some punishment out there on the circuit as well, so it wouldn't surprise me if he has some choice offensive moves for Lewis Bibby.
John Broadmeadow was in second position.
Bibby's on the inside.
Lead. Bibby
Hall
through.
cuts him off aggressively.
Battles everywhere you look in this race. Just up the road, you can see they're starting to lap the Jettas. That's a king, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Oh! Contact with Lewis Bibby.
For the first time we've said that today. Hall dashing up the inside of Wood.
To Surtees. That's a very, very difficult braking zone. I've raced this circuit in the old club series, and wow, it is not an easy place to overtake there. Opening time to Surtees. It's a terrible corner off camber. And yeah, good stuff here on Chris Wood. Chris Wood is defending very, very nice on the inside. For the Club 73 team, Bibby. Oh wow, Hall now with the chrome horn.
And Bibby says thank you very much indeed.
Bibby goes off. Slightly wide, Chris Wood's on the inside of him. You can go around the outside here and dingle down. It's out of control.
Again in the same corner. Same corner as race one.
Hall and Bibby resume the action. I wonder if the bump draft will come into play now, Adam. Surely it will. Maybe not, because Hall doesn't want to risk a penalty.
I know, he goes. Yeah, it's almost a certainty that Hall's going to be the champion, but he doesn't want to take too many unnecessary risks. He's got the position now.
Get disqualified, does he, or anything like that? Really, anyway. Can help it. Bibby again tries. Good battle. It's very, very good. It's very clean in this second race between the two of them after it wasn't in race one. He's going around the outside now. In gear car. Cracking racing. Really, really good.
Oh, Hall runs wide and Bibby has to go on the brakes, and that maybe just stops the overlap.
There's no way Bibby could have been able to go through there because Jason Rowe the inside.
He can. Or not. Who's that off? It's Whitehead.
Whitehead's very slow now. Down the back straight, through Pilgrim's Drop and towards Hawthorne. Like we said before, fastest corner on the course here. In a track full of fairly fast corners, actually, it must be said.
There's action in the background there. You can see the brake discs glowing as well as Bibby hits Michael Hall again.
Oh, dear me. They ought to be enraging me in the Kia Optima. You know what I'm like in these situations.
Oh, just ask Jim Flanagan.
It's very circuit.
But it ended up in a win. There's more contacts.
Brandsatch Indy, but in fairness, he deserved it. As going down the back straight. Poor Jim. I'm sorry. As we're going on to clearways then on lap 5 here. Final round of season 2 of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. We're on iRacing Live. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Adam Batt. And yeah, Adam, what a great meeting it's been so far.
Oh no, please
no! They make contact again, and here comes Jason Rowe at the inside.
Surely Michael Hall can...
Bibby on the brakes! How has he managed that? What a move by Lewis Bibby!
Well,
I've never seen anything like it at Druids Bend.
We had the rallycross circuit to our inside. Bibby just wanted the gravel trap, and he ended up getting the position. And Michael Hall, he can only take so much of this, and he's being incredibly well behaved. And yeah, Bibby threw into, what is that now, 5th position?
I've never ever seen an overtaking move as good as that in Druids. That was outstanding. For all we said about Bibby's driving in race 1, that is just awesome. Back to the Jettas then. What do we see when we look there? We see Dennis Melcher in third position now. As
some pit stops have
third
happened.
position now as Chris White has come into the pits, and also Sean Gardiner. Conrad Venter is now up into 5th, with Clive Lawrence now coming into clearways. So this will be interesting with Gardner and White, because they were quite a way up the order. Lawrence coming through.
Yep, Lawrence through into 7th position.
Not far behind John Broadmeadow either, who started 15 positions ahead of him.
Yeah, the gap between them is only 1.8 seconds, and both of them have made pit stops during the race. So yeah, that is interesting.
It's worked out well for Clive Lawrence. That
it's like almost doing the Joker lap, isn't it, on a rallycross circuit? And he's
because the legitimate tactic, if you do the Joker lap on the first lap, then you've got that clear space, haven't you? And everybody else is fighting away, and you can spring a surprise, and that's what Clive Lawrence is trying here, and doing a good job of that so far.
Conrad Venter just overtaken Dan Gunfield, so that's Venter up into 4th position now. He's still, of course, yet to make a pit stop here.
Yeah, I wonder if Dennis Melcher's going to come in now, or is he going to go later? Of course, the advantage of keeping your pit stop till later on is put less fuel in the car, you less time in the pits, and of course mandatory pit stop for fuel and tyres in this competition.
Melcher stays out. What about Venter? He comes through the final corner now, car 181. He stays out as well. You do get an unsafe pit entry if you do cut across that green tarmac if you go into the pit lane. So the drivers need to make sure they get their lines right going into the pit lane here.
140.814 for Dennis Melcher last time. It's a 141.1 for Conrad Venter. Clive Lawrence a 40.3. Absolutely flying out there is Clive Lawrence, even with a heavier car at this point.
Lewis Bibby's still a man to watch.
Melcher been in the pits or not?
Melcher's not been in, no.
No, I honestly didn't think he had been. It was just my timing screen not updating properly, so I do apologise.
With Lewis Bibby versus Andrew Whitehead here, as Michael Hall makes a pit stop. Not too many Kias have been in yet in the opening 12 minutes.
I wonder if Hall just tried to get out of the situation really there.
Could be an undercut here. Here comes Bibby up the inside on the exit of Druids, but no way through. Andrew Whitehead is a very good defender of positions.
Yeah, you're right about that, and good defensive positioning from Whitehead, making sure of that.
Could do with him on my Football Manager career.
Well, yeah, defence isn't my issue at the minute, and yeah, I need somebody who can strike. Maybe like Lewis Bibby is doing. He's been striking a few things. He's been getting the shots on target as well.
Well, he just barges the defence out of the way, doesn't he?
Well, that's it. I definitely need. He's more of he's an agricultural number 9. I think a bit like Diego Costa or someone like that potentially. With the propensity of Diego Costa of just forcefully elbowing and headbutting things as we go through the event. Oh dear!
That's a slowdown, I think.
Well, if it's not, then he did very well to avoid Andrew Whitehead.
Conrad has come into the pits. So he's coming from 5th. I will look onto the track and see where Clive Lawrence is. He's just coming through the final corner now.
Going to get him easily. Not even out of his box yet, Conrad Venter.
Just finishes his pit stop now, and yeah, here he comes. Andrew Whitehead in as well.
I hope for his sake that Clive's taking enough fuel on, you know.
The risk.
Made a lot of ground up in the pits, hasn't he? I think someone like Conrad, who knows exactly what he's doing in these type of races.
I think me and Alex were discussing it last week. There isn't actually a fuel limit, is it?
Oh, Ryan Walker off! Oh, dear.
It's just a mandatory pit stop, isn't it? So, yeah.
Well, I believe it is. You have to take fuel and tyres. I'm almost certain. But that means, I suppose, that you could potentially start with more fuel and take less at the stop. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think it's like the IMSA series, for example, we broadcast where the fuel is going to run out if you don't come into the pits. It's just
you just have to take some.
Yeah, you've just got to take some fuel, I think.
But that means some people could start with less fuel and put more in at the stop for a quicker car at the beginning, for instance. So, you know, there's lots of ways around it.
Back to the days of F1 pre-2010, isn't it? In a way.
With the qualifying fuel and things like that.
As Ryan Walker again understeers wide going through Hawthorns. quite a few Kias are yet to come in. Stuart McFadden leads the way as Scott Malcolm tries to hit it.
No!
He hits him. He hits car 9. That's Broadmeadow.
Wrong-sided. Clive Lawrence will be coming through, and Scott Malcolm dishing one out there.
John Broadmeadow drives for the Roberts pits, by the way. Broadmeadow drives for the Cheddar of the Cheese and Wine cars.
Which one's Clive again?
Merlot.
Oh, there we go. That confuses me, you see. Into Panic Hill Bend. Clive Lawrence up the inside, and John obliges. I'm not surprised, really, to be fair. Because there's no need to be fighting it out here when Clive's fighting for the title. John Broadmeadow, quite a late comer to the series.
Lewis Bibby is in. Where's Michael Hall? He's just coming into clearways now, but he's got a ton of Jetta traffic in the way.
Oh, he's got a few tons of Jetta traffic. Oh, he can't get through. He needs to find a space. There he goes.
Where's Bibby? I think he's going to emerge ahead of him here. He'll be close. Could be Michael Hall.
Hall going through. Bibby, he'll be very... Oh, that's King, and it's White. Oh, and a bit of contact in Druids between Lundgren and Freitas.
Bibby's latched right back onto the rear of Michael Hall straight away.
What a battle this is.
The championship may be decided, but they're not going to let it end here.
Virtually impossible for Bibby to overhaul Hall. That wasn't intentional, by the way.
Dennis Melcher in from third position. He's going to be dropping down out of the top 6, I think. But yeah, Bibby and Hall still at it here. Hall resolute in his defence as Jason Rowe comes into the pits as well in his Kia Optima. So does Scott Malcolm and Neil Rocks. Really interesting to see if they can emerge ahead of these two squabbling.
Yeah, we'll see how that one pans out then, as the rest of the race is going on. It's, yeah, Stuart McFadden, by the way, is leading by 10 seconds at the moment. He's having a belting race. And another good race for Tristan Bodis, Adam.
Yeah, Tristan Bodis in second position, doing a very good job. Yet to pit, of course, but I think he might just have enough to get by as Lewis Bibby.
Still going to be up there at the end, though, isn't he? Regardless, I think.
Through paddock hill.
Oh, is there more pushing going on? I tell you, I was going to be fed up of it. I thought I would be after all this.
Oh, Hall goes too deep.
Yeah,
Bibby up the inside.
Bibby's going through. Oh, not without a tiny bit of contact.
It's first dibs for Bibby, and he's into fifth.
Hall falls down to sixth position. With his BSRTC teammate David Baker will be happy with that one. Oh, contact between a Jetta and a Kia. That was Dan Gunfield and Andrew Whitehead going through Surtees.
Yeah, Whitehead's up in fourth position. That
was a front wheel drive crash if you've ever seen one.
Oh yeah.
They're both understeered into each other almost. Have they gone off it? No, they're not. It just sounds like they are going off.
So Clive Lawrence pitted on the opening lap from last. He's now third in class. Potentially, I think he could be in second position as well because Steve Cooper has now come in.
Great strategy and really executed well. Clive Lawrence will win the race. If he will win the championship if it stays like this. Of course, he's 3 positions ahead of Dennis Melcher, and the ones that between Melcher and Lawrence, both Apex Racing cheese and wine cars.
Yeah, Crozier yet to pit as well. He's 31 seconds up the road. It's a 37-second pit lane time. So the odds are in Clive Lawrence's favour here.
Yeah, they will.
Good designer of setups as well, Clive Lawrence, I should also mention.
It's been, excuse me, it's been a bit like the Hunger Games out there today. Kill or be killed, isn't it? And Bibby has hit Andrew Whitehead.
Don't know which one's Katniss Everdeen and which one's Peter Mallock, but
there's no love lost out there regardless, is it? Really? There can't be 2 winners in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We kill off the one who loses. So it works in the Club 70 Victory Car Championship. Any problems, speak to the league admins.
Well, there we go. We're the Mockingjays in the commentary box here, just enjoying all the action here.
Yeah, we just repeat ourselves and mock everything that's going on. generally what happens.
Well, it's descended into the bit. As into the bits come Tristan Bodice from second position.
I have to say, it has descended into a very good meeting.
Yes.
Very, very good final meeting. Whitehead defending hard from Lewis Bibby here through Westfield Bend.
It has been a pretty good day, pretty good race meeting in most championships, I think.
Were you the? I tell you what, if anybody who doesn't like Hunger Games, well, it's tough because I'm just going to talk about. Were you the Hamish Abernathy of the BSR World Series?
That's a
Michael
good.
Hall.
That's a good
Michael
likeness.
Hall going through at Stirling's Bend.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Michael Hall is back
Hall.
through somehow. I don't know how he's managed to do it, but he is going through there, and he's going to tag on to the back of Andrew Whitehead now. Into Paddock Bend, the slipstream has been used well by Michael Hall, and there's a car on the outside, number 88 is Dennis Melcher, of course.
Oh my goodness me!
Hall is on the grass.
There's Andrew Whitehead and Bibby go into battle here.
As Dennis Melcher no doubt clenches hard in the Jetta because he doesn't want his championship hopes to be ended by this lot, to be fair.
Whitehead back round the outside on the exit.
Whitehead's doing a
Graham
fantastic.
Hill.
Oh, Hall on the inside.
Oh, where's Bibby off?
Bibby's going off the circuit.
He's
And
got
he's
10 minutes, so he can get back to them, I think. He's got
He's
the
only
pace
lost
to anyway.
about
Second or so.
3/4 of a second, I would estimate there. He is streaming past the Jetta leaders as well. This is not what the likes of Clive Lawrence and Broadmeadow and Dennis Melcher are wanting, really, is to have to deal with this lot.
Oh, Whitehead on 46. That's
Oh,
Mawson.
dear
Hall
me.
gets into the back of him.
They have to respect the Jettas here.
Oh, the multi-class racing.
Can't be bullying a China shop here. There's still plenty of time to go here.
Now, Bibby's right back with them again, isn't he? In the Exeter Stirlings.
Oh, he's looking for every single which way through. Can you imagine the tension in the car from all of these drivers? And the championship, while technically was up for grabs at the start of the evening, Michael Hall pretty much finishing the first race is almost certainly secured in this. But and as well, if he beats Lewis Bibby, then it's certainly over.
Whitehead wide.
Whitehead defending now, and this will allow Bibby round the outside of Hall surely into Druids Bend. Hall runs it wide, makes a bit of contact with him. Bit of a grudge match out here on the track today.
Here's Steve Hooper, and who's that in front of him? That's John Broadmeadow.
This lot should get past on the way to Surtees.
Broadmeadow second in class.
Oh, Hall hits Broadmeadow.
Oh dear, it's all kicked off now.
Oh, and over goes, is that Scott Malcolm?
That's 74, that's Scott Malcolm, yeah.
Scott Malcolm.
For a brief moment I was worried that it was McFadden, but yeah.
Scott Malcolm going over and out of this race. Well, not out of the race, but he's disorientated at the very least.
John Broadmeadow was second in the class as well when that happened. He had to tow back to the pit.
That's gained Dennis Melcher at some points, but it might be a little bit too. Dennis Melcher's dropped down to
fifth in class, so he will be put fourth. Oh, Hall getting past. That is car 619. That is Clive Lawrence. Up the inside goes.
Yes, Rosewell going through, and that is Neil Rocks, is it as well?
Yeah. Bibby's still not done, you know. He's still harassing Andrew Whitehead here going into clearways.
Why not?
Like
he's on the grass trying to get through again. I've never seen such maniacal driving in my life. I'll give him credit that he's going for it. Can't say any more than that. Trying his best. Oh, he's pushing him.
Up to the top of the hill.
He's not figured out that doesn't work. Well, it did work because he put him in the wall, I guess. Whitehead now has to surely yield into Graham Hill Bend. He's not going to be able to fight this one.
Oh, where's he going?
The veteran, and yeah, it's a bit out of kilter. Whitehead and Lewis Bibby actually up to fourth position with that, but he's not going to catch the boosted motorsport cars who are side by side for second position.
Bodice and Roberts. Blue versus green in the boosted department.
Tristan Bodice is probably the best livery in the series, I think.
I agree, actually. Yeah.
I do like the blue one.
Oh, I've just cut to Stuart McFadden, who was doing a nice drift through a sheen curve.
Fantastic corner that really is. But as it stands, Michael Hall's going to be the champion. as is Clive Lawrence. Dennis Melcher is going to receive the safest driver, I do believe, almost certainly. And Team Mad are going to win both the team championships, it appears, as well.
Great job by all those guys. We haven't got long left then, just under 6 minutes.
Probably good for our sanity that there's not a great deal left. It's been a fantastic race. I know we've had a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke and everything, but it's been so good. We've just had a lot of fun with it, I think, tonight.
Well, the race order now, the pit stops have all taken place. As Stuart McFadden leads John Roberts by 8 seconds, then it's that half a second gap back to Bodice in third. Fourth is Lewis Bibby, who's definitely been the most entertaining, being the most erratic of the drivers in the field today. Andrew Whitehead in fifth, sixth Michael Hall, who has now got his teammate Jason Rowe for company in seventh. Eighth Neil Rocks, ninth is Chris Wood. You're speaking of number nines, there he is, and 10th is Dale Green. Lawrence leading the way in the Jetters. Second is Mawson, third is Walker, fourth Melcher. It's all benefiting from the pit stops. Then Crozier in fifth, Conrad in Venter in sixth, and Rossi is here comes Rowe.
Yeah, row your boat gently past Michael Hall. There's,
If you see a Bibby there, don't forget to get out the way.
yeah, don't forget to run. As Neil Rocks is now having a go at Michael Hall as well. Hall's lost a lot of pace, it seems. I wonder if he's got. I mean, he does have a little bit of damage on the front of that car. I wonder if he's put enough fuel in this, you know?
Oh, well, Michael Hall.
Is this fuel saving mode from Michael Hall now?
It was a 27-second pit stop. I don't know what the Kia is like in terms of fuel economy.
He's very slow.
Oh, he's been hit as well. As Rocks goes through.
He's very slow at the minute, though. Look at the front right corner. Front right corner's tracking out.
I think he's crabbing, yeah, a little. Well, not crabbing in a dramatic way, but
he's not in control of that Kia Optima, Adam.
Let's see if I can get a little bit of a cockpit view as we go onto the straight. Yeah, the front right wheel.
He's really suffering. He's got some toe out on that, I think. By the looks of that, so that means he'll be slow in a straight line. Car is dragging along the floor essentially.
Well, the good news for him is that the next Kia is miles away. Dale Green is a good 20 or so seconds behind.
Chris Wood's just gone through on him.
Yeah, demoting him to 9th, Michael
Oh no,
Hall.
in fact, so Neil Rocks has just got ahead of Chris Wood. Somebody retired because Chris Wood was in 9th a minute ago and he's just got past. He hasn't got past Neil Rocks.
I mean Malcolm.
Oh yeah. On the score sheet,
that was a few laps ago, yeah.
John Broadmeadows out, it looks like, as well.
As well that was all from the contacts at Surtees.
Yeah.
John Robertson Bodice still going at it in the Kias.
Stuart McFadden minding his own business.
Yeah. Stuart McFadden doing very well here.
Not to say there's only 5 seconds between P4 and P9 in the Kias. Very good after nearly half an hour's racing. Clive Lawrence is having a few victory laps essentially, isn't he? He's got a big lead. He's going to win the championship with a race victory, it looks like.
Loving it, isn't he?
He will be when he comes through to take the win. He did have a decent championship advantage of 16 points going into the meeting, but he over Dennis Melcher, and he's beaten Dennis Melcher twice tonight.
Well,
at least that's assuming he finishes the race, having said that.
Got to get there, yeah. We've still got a bit minutes to go, but I don't think anything's going to stop Clive Lawrence here. He's just crossed the line. He's in the move. He's got the groove as he starts that 17.
Without any spoilers, because I won't spoil anything. But if you got to the finish of the Grand Prix today, you were doing quite well.
Yes.
So that's what Clive Lawrence is. That's half the battle, isn't it?
Something's happened, and it's contact. It's between Dave Crozier and Conrad Venter.
Dave Crozier has had an eventful
turn 1
evening.
Yeah, a little bit of contact, nothing a bit of front-wheel drive acceleration can do.
Oh yeah, Venter up the inside. Oh, banging wheels, I think, and that's what sent Crozier into a spin. Good save by Dave.
McFadden crosses the line. This will probably be the final lap. We've got 1 minute and 20 left on the clock, and he did a 1 minute 32 on the last lap. So this is the final lap of the season.
I don't think Tristan Bottas is finished with John Roberts for second place, but whether he can do anything about his colleague or not is another matter. John Roberts is driving a very, very nice race from 7th on the grid. Those two going at it. And Michael Hall, well, he's going to finish the season with a bit of a whimper. However, as the white flag is now out, he's only got 3.5 kilometres to go before he is crowned the champion. Of course, he will be a two-time champion, Adam, because he won the Jetta in season 1, the Mike Cooling Cup. He's going to come home and take victory in his first season in the Kia in this category at least.
Great job. Just got to get there now, and it looks like these Kias are squabbling.
Very accomplished Kia driver, though, having said that in a lot of other series. It goes without saying.
Yeah, I think he might have won Ashlerson's Champions of the Future series back in the day, as Bottas and Roberts still continue to duke it out.
Be accurate, I think. One races in all manner of series. BSRTC, Kia Club Series, BSR World Series, and now Club 73 Touring Car Championship.
Here comes McFadden.
Stuart McFadden. And it's been absolutely brilliant for the Scotsman in race 2. He was second in race 1 even. And race 2, taking the victory. Fantastic stuff from him. And John Roberts, well, that's a great result for John Roberts. He'll be really happy with that, as will Andrew Whitehead. 2, 3 and 5 for Boosted Motorsport, with Tristan Bottas in 3rd. Whitehead in 5th. And Lewis Bibby, well, he gave it everything he got, didn't he? And respect to him for that. Finishing in 4th position.
Michael Hall crossing the line. He is the champion. And he wins the championship.
Yes, that's all he wins tonight. He's at 9th position, but fantastic performance from Michael Hall all season. Survived a fairly big assault from Lewis Bibby. And a deserved winner. And speaking of that, well, man who I've raced with for 7 years now. And I'm very pleased to see Clive Lawrence coming around the final corner, and he's going to cross the line any second now to take the win and to win the Mike Cooling Cup in season 2. Fantastic stuff from Clive Lawrence, and it's a good battle for second place. Tim Lawson taking the victory ahead of Ryan Walker and Dennis Melchert.
You will have noticed possibly a late overtake there, as Ryan Walker did get past Dennis Melchert, I think, on the last lap.
Nice.
Oh, okay, I just saw a bit of... Oh, it's because they had a bit of a wheel-to-wheel going into the final corner, and Melchert was briefly ahead. But yeah, Ryan Walker just managed to squeeze back through, and Walker gets that final spot on the podium.
Melchert, with a decent effort tonight. Ryan Walker with a good meeting as well. Even though he was out of title contention, a few victories for him this season, so he'll be looking to build on that for the future, if indeed he does return for season 3. Stuart McFadden with the... oh dear. I was going to say the reverse donuts, but that was a bit of a fail, I'm afraid. You cannot do donuts going forward in this car. That is one thing that first-time viewers will probably not know, but he's trying to get some going. It's not... oh, is he going to do it?
Nearly.
Well, almost. Trying his best. It can be done. And Rusty Laidler's an expert at these.
I'm sure this is something that they don't tell you on the motor racing license test, which Stuart McFadden was doing actually as he hits the wall again.
He goes into the wall.
Yeah, Stuart McFadden was driving a Honda Civic around Knockhill at the weekend as part of getting a race license.
Oh, it's Tarquini.
Oh yes, no Tim Harvey there, thankfully. Oh,
I could just imagine Stuart McFadden. He'll fly over the curbs at that high chicane, absolutely leathering it, I imagine. But fair play, and fair play to our champions as well. We've seen a very, very exciting evening to racing here, and fantastic stuff it really has been. Right, we do have one of our champions in the commentary box, and I'm pleased to say that it is our colleague, friend Clive Lawrence, who's with us in the box.
You're all right, Woody.
Clive, how are you doing, mate? We started racing together, I was saying on the commentary, 7 years ago now.
Yeah,
And
F1 2010.
F1 2010, and well, after tonight's racing, that was pretty hectic out there, and you've been crowned the Season 2 Jetta champion, so well done.
Well, I think that's more pending protests or anything, but
You
yeah,
haven't knocked anybody off, have you, tonight?
No, not deliberately.
At least not that we saw. Take us through
No.
your evening then, mate. That was looked pretty fun out there.
Well, race one was simply just getting off the line and following Ryan, and I had there was an incident with Miguel, Tim, Conrad behind me, so it gave me and Ryan a bit of a gap, and we just basically strolled to the end. Kept telling Ryan just to keep it cool, to hit your marks, and we'll be good, and that's exactly what he'd done. Fair play to him. And race two, what I've been doing all season long at the start, because there's always so many incidents at turn one with reverse grids, I've just backed off. This week I decided a few hours ago that I was going to pit on lap one, try and get a jump on the pack while they're all squabbling for the first few laps, and it paid off. Everyone else pitted, and I ended up in first place. So.
Is there any is there much difficulty in getting that amount of fuel into the car when you pit on lap one, or is it not really an issue?
No, it's not an issue. The tyres take longer than the fuel anyway. The fuel is just a like a weight disadvantage essentially.
Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, fantastic to use the space and put in those good laps when everyone else was sort of squabbling, and that's definitely got you through the victory. First season in the championship as well, and are you?
Yeah,
really
thanks to Conrad.
Well, yeah, it's his fault. What are you what are you expecting to do for season 3 then? Are you going to stick with the Jetta? Are you going to try and do the Kia? Are you going to?
I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if I'm going to be carrying on or not. I don't particularly like these front-wheel drive cars, to be honest.
I know you didn't get on with the Kia in I think it was 2015, was it? And you were in the BSRTC for a cup of coffee, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the new tyre model though seems to have really brought a lot of the cars alive though. The Jetta feels a lot different to what it used to.
Yeah.
There was the MX-5 as well. I've been driving. That feels a lot different than it used to. So I haven't driven the Kia yet though, so I can't really comment on it.
Well, I mean, whatever you decide to do, though, you'll do it with a title in the bag. Is there anybody you'd like to thank, and anybody who you want to say hello to, or anything like that?
I'd like to thank and curse Conrad for persuading me to join this league. Yeah, he did persuade me in the end. He had a lot of fun in season 1, so a lot of us decided we'd give it a go.
It's paid off.
It has paid off, yeah. And I mean, there's been a lot of coaching and that going on between the team as well. We've all been helping one another out with different corners and whatnot, how to take them and what. So yeah. And
another bonus, by the way, of this these last few weeks for you is that Adam now believes you are the god of setup.
Yeah, the god of setup.
God of setup.
Is that with the Ferrari?
He could not stop talking about that.
Well, it's worked at Le Mans. It worked at
a treat,
Suzuka. We don't know if it's going to work at Watkins yet. We still need to do that this week. But
I have uploaded a set to the forums, the Apex forums. Give that one a go.
We'll have a look at that. But yeah, we both won races at Suzuka last week thanks to your Le Mans setup. So
yeah, I heard you did quite well.
So
I mean, we only came second in there because of a silly disconnect. So yeah, it was a nice set. It's a nice car though, to be fair.
Oh, it's lovely. It's probably the best one they've done. Speaking of which, I know somebody who enjoys the GT cars is with us. Clive, you can stick around with us for a little bit?
Yeah, can do.
Ryan Walker is here, our colleague here at Apex Racing TV, and what a great meeting for yourself, Ryan. Race 1 win, and then on the podium in race 2.
Yeah, kind of unexpected, to be honest. I mean, I took my pole position in qualifying, first pole position of the season, and rounded that off in race 1 with a win, and yeah, a third place finish in race 2. I'm quite happy with that, and a good way to round off the season.
I know you guys have obviously been working together for the whole season. The 4 or 5 of you, I think it is now, isn't it? And it really has paid off. But I know it's your first season in the series as well. And what have you made of it? Because you seem to have had quite a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, the start of the season, it was just. It took me some time to get to grips with the Jetta, with it being a front-wheel drive car. But after getting some help and advice from the guys in the team, I slowly picked up the pace and started to get results. And yeah, I managed to get 2 or 3 wins this season. So yeah, it's my first season in the Jetta, and the Club 73 series is went a lot better than expected.
All right, and season 3, any plans for that?
Yeah, I'll possibly be racing next season. It just depends on how much time I've got. I've been busy with work at the moment, and also busy with the endurance stuff with the Team Cheese and Wine. And yeah, this season my main focus will probably be the official IMSA series. So yeah, I'm hoping to return next season, but we'll just wait and see.
Excellent, Ryan. Well, we hope to see you on the track in the IMSA series, and yeah, I'm sure we'll catch you around very soon.
Right, thanks for having me.
Cheers, mate. Right, and I believe that Adam has a man who put up a very, very good fight in the Jetta category all season, and he did last season. Dennis Melcher is here with us, and Adam, you have him.
Yeah, Dennis Melcher, welcome to the commentary box.
Good evening.
Well, it was an interesting race meeting, pretty chaotic with the Kias and the Jettas meeting on track in pretty close quarters at some points. Tell us about your evening.
To be honest, this was the only race where I came into trouble with some Kias. I don't know why. It was the same last time in Brands Hatch. Maybe it's the track, I don't know. But the rest of the season I do not have so much problems with this. But anyway, first of all, Clive, congratulations for your championship. I think it's going to be very close when they put the points together. But anyway, good job.
Cheers,
and
mate.
congratulations.
Yeah, well done to you as well, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, going into the race meeting, Dennis, you weren't too far behind. You're only about 16 points behind on our points anyway going into this one. Did you think you could somehow get it done? What was your game plan going into this race meeting?
To be honest, I noticed that I was not able to get Clive in this sessions in these 2 races this evening. So it was a bit strange sometimes because I had a very early drop week. I think it was race 3 or 4, and Clive did his own points, and Miguel did his own points, and everybody got different points. So it was not clear if I was able to get him in the end. So yeah, but let's wait until the points are ready then. But I think Clive is the winner anyway.
Also, of course, due to the reverse grid, you were starting at the back of the grid. What did you need to do in terms of the pit stop strategy to make sure you could get yourself as far up the grid as you could?
Sometimes it's good when you stop early. Sometimes it's good when you stop in the middle. When there are many Kias, it's good to wait until they nearly got you and then you go to the pits. But this time it didn't work out because when I went to the pits, all of the Kias went as well. So I did not a good job with the pit stops strategy this evening.
Oh, Clive, did you pit at the end of lap 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, well that worked an absolute treat, didn't it, I think?
Yeah. I figured everyone else was going to be tripping over one another, so I thought if I pit early, straight away, I'll be able to get in some clean laps and hopefully get gain some time on everyone.
Is fuel not an issue in the Jetta, Dennis? Is it just really just a splash in the pit stop?
It's just a splash. It's just 3.5 liters, isn't it, Clive? It's
yeah,
nothing.
something like that. It's just a weight penalty. It's not a time penalty.
Yeah.
Next season, then, we spoke to Clive about his plans. You going to stick around in the Jetta, or maybe think of even racing in the Kia?
I joined the BSRTC in the Kia, so I think I will stay in the Jetta, and I will do the GT thing as well. This is going to be up next month, and this is why I think I stay in the Jetta for the next season as well.
Okay, well, before we let you go, do you want to send a quick shout out to anybody?
Yeah, again, to my team, and to my parents and my neighbors who are always watching my races, and special thanks to Clive for some very great races this season. I hope he's not going to join next year with so many friends, so maybe it's possible to get him a bit earlier in the season.
I'll bring along some faster ones next time.
Okay.
Yeah, bring along us two.
No, that's not what he said. He said faster.
Then I will join the Kia after.
Dear me. No, I mean, we could do a good impression of Mr. Bibby tonight, of smacking everything out of the way. we could definitely do a good impression of that.
Bibby doing
I'm
his best
joking,
Mr. Plough
I'm
impression.
joking, Lewis, I'm joking. Hey, look, it's been great watching you guys racing all season long, and yeah, we've loved covering the series. And Clive, Dennis, we're very pleased to have you as great ambassadors for the sport.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, boys. We'll catch you later.
All right, see you later.
Okay, see you later. Bye bye.
Really, two pair of classy gentlemen there, Adam.
Yeah, definitely. Very insightful as well into what they go through during the race meeting and during the season as well. We have got Adam Hedgecock available, Mr. Woodhouse.
Did we have? There he is. Yes. Adam, welcome to the commentary box again. It's been a few weeks, I think, since we've spoken. One of the league admins, of course, for your sins, and take us through tonight. Then your own races, and you know, what you think of the championship battles.
Tonight was what you'd expect from Brands Hatch, really, wasn't it? I always have you guys on in the background, just kind of like listen to what's going on, and you guys sounded pretty excited all night. So I think
I was almost going to say, no wonder you finished 20th, but
I can't help it. I just like watching you guys. What can I say?
We were talking some right gibberish in that race. You wouldn't have noticed. So, but you know, it was all good fun.
No, absolutely. No, I mean, it's when you come with any type of cars to Brands Hatch, you kind of expect a certain type of race, don't you? It's just the way it's laid out. And yeah, tonight was no different. The first
fairly narrow circuit, isn't it? And you know, it promotes that sort of physical, very close competition.
Yeah, if you want to get past someone, you need to get your elbows out, and likewise defending, you've got to make your car as wide as possible. It's one of those, and I think that's why we love coming here. Yeah, it's been good. The first race, however, wasn't quite so good. I kind of got caught up in that big pile up at the beginning and had to go in and pit and get a new car and whatnot. But other than that, it was an entertaining night. Myself and my teammate Sean had a nice chase against Rotty in the second race, chasing him down. Didn't quite manage to get past him, but yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun.
So, in terms of the two champions that we've got, you know, we're almost certain, obviously, that barring protest, it's going to be Michael Hall and Clive Lawrence. Just a little bit of a word from myself about those two gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, we need to check all the numbers and whatnot, but it certainly looks that way. And congratulations to them both. In fact, congratulations to everybody who's participated. There's been some bumps and scrapes along the way. There's been some upset people, as you'd expect, you know, with touring cars. Accidents happen, and people get unhappy, but everyone's been mature and grown up about everything that we've done. And it's
that's half the battle these days, isn't it?
Well, absolutely.
To be fair.
That's why whenever there are any protests, we keep them behind closed doors. You know, we try to do it in a professional manner so that you don't kind of get that hodgepodge rubbish that you kind of see on Facebook and whatnot. But
I don't have any names there at all, but I know exactly what. We put it this way, it's close to home, that one, yeah.
No, I don't mean any offence to anyone. That's just how we conduct ourselves.
But it's true. It's true. Is that, you know, you can't. Yes, you can't please everybody, but you know, you've got to be fair, and you've got to put your foot down a little bit to make sure everything goes right.
No, absolutely. And yeah, just going back to our champions elect, yeah, fair play to both of them. Paul doing the double back to back, that takes some doing, especially going from the Jetta to the Kia. So fair play to him for that. That takes some doing. And Clive, you know, coming in, this is his first season. And personally, I thought that Dennis was gonna going to be the guy. You know, he was so close last season. In fact,
Oh, there was that one mistake, wasn't there? And that really was.
absolutely chose the
was
wrong
it.
car, and that was it. But yeah, like I say, personally, I thought he was going to be the guy, and yeah, Clive and the Cheese and Wine guys, they've come in and they've raised that bar, and they've made Dennis work hard, and they've made the rest of us work hard, because you know, you see one of them come out the pits in front of you, and you're just doing everything you can just to try and get on their coattails, you know, try and learn something while you're driving.
I think everybody's. I think that's the thing. I think they've helped everyone else raise their level, and especially, you know, in the Jetta field, where, you know, it's tough out there. The car is, you know, reasonably slow, but that means for obviously really close racing. So everybody now is so tightly packed. It makes for some excellent action out there.
I think if you look at the races compared to last season, they're a lot more closer. You don't generally get a runaway. Like in the early parts of season 1, we had Rusty and Michael. They would go, and the rest of us would be scampering after and trying to catch up. But this season, because the front guys are challenging themselves and battling, it's given the rest of us a chance to kind of not necessarily get in on the act, but get closer to them and try and make an impact. I go back to Watkins Glen. Remember that one? It was like 2 or 3 wide every corner, every lap, and
Fantastic.
I think that between the front 5, there's only about 2 incident points, something like that.
I had very little voice left after that.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
It was amazing. It was honestly one of the best races I've seen on iRacing. It was that close, and it was that sort of fantastic, like Moto 3 style racing almost, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
That you get, and with the Jetta and with the Kia as well, and I think that's what makes this series really exciting. One of the things as well, I think that's been perfect have been the race lengths, because I think some race meetings can last a hell of a long time. I think this one is a very, very good length, and also Adam, I don't know about you, but the races, they always seem to bring the leaders of the categories together. I'm saying Adam like there's only one Adam here. There's 2, obviously, but either one of you can answer. It brings the class leaders together pretty much at the finish of both the races, and it's very, very good.
I think
That's it, yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on, Adam. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, we don't often see Kias racing with other classes these days. Yeah, racing with the Jettas, they seem to complement each other pretty well, I think. And yeah, Clive Lawrence and Stu McFadden, they were both on track pretty much together, and having to negotiate them is what adds another dimension, I think, to what has been a very intriguing season.
I think educating, I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory term, but educating the Kia drivers, they're familiar names. You guys seen them for years, you know.
Yeah.
But kind of getting into the swing of having other cars on the track with such a speed difference. In the early days, it was hard. You know, it was really tough. But everyone, like as I said earlier, everyone's been mature, grown up about it. They've gone about their business, and we've all learned together. Us Jetta drivers. God, I'm going into a different class here.
Is that foreshadowing next season?
Oh no, I can't drive the Kia, but no, I can't.
Really?
Do that. I'm rubbish in it. But yeah, us Jetta drivers.
It doesn't stop me.
Well, you know, you got to challenge yourself once in a while.
To be fair, yeah, that's it.
But yes, us Jetta drivers trying to learn how to act when the Kias come, and then how the Kia drivers learn to act when they approach us. And I think you know, the last couple of races, it's really worked out well. As you say, the race lengths have brought us all together in such a way that we've had to learn, and we've had to learn quickly. And it's the end result has just been amazing.
Because we see this a hell of a lot in every class, and this is one thing that everyone probably gets sick of us talking about. But in multi-class racing, it's how you deal with the traffic that's the main differentiator between where you finish and you know, and it's not just. Put it this way, it's not just the fast. Everyone assumes it's the faster class that gets determined by how they deal with the traffic, but in almost a bigger sense, it's the slower class that, if they can let people through efficiently without losing time, they can gain a hell of a lot.
Absolutely, especially out slow corners, because we can sit behind the Kia a little bit and get that initial toe just to just to help us spring off the corner better, which is always good. Oh no, I was going to say something and it's gone. It's totally gone. It's one of those moments.
Well, that'll bring us very nicely to the end of the show then, Adam.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, mate. As usual, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And yeah, I very much hope we'll see you in season 3.
Let's hope so. And yeah, pleasure to come back and see you guys again. And once again, thank you for your broadcasts. They've been great. And yeah, hopefully season 3 we can serve up another great dish of multi-class racing.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll catch you very soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, mate. Thank you. Adam Hedgecock there, and Adam Bath. It's been I know you haven't been covering the series for a heck of a long time, but I think I can tell by that you really enjoy the chaos and the action in this Club 73 series.
Yeah, they've been here the last 2 race meetings, and yeah, Motorsport was fantastic enough. Yeah, this final race meeting, it was all on the line, wasn't it, for the title? And Lewis Bibby, although however slim his title hopes were, he definitely tried to do everything he could to make sure that Michael Hall didn't have everything his own way, whether that be forcing him off the track or something else. But yeah, what a final few races that's been for the championship. Of course, next season, only one broadcast on a Sunday on Apex Racing TV. You might be seeing a bit more of me, hopefully, on a Sunday night. So maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know.
Well, Adam, always a pleasure, mate. And yeah, we'll be back calling the action in something or other very, very soon, I think. Probably Monday night.
Yeah.
All right.
Never away, are we?
Well, no, that's it. I'll probably see you in Football Manager in about 10 minutes, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. In all seriousness, we always love the fact that you choose us to spend your Sunday nights with, because that's what we do it for. We do to entertain people, and we do to make people happy, and I hope we can do that. This has been a presentation of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship in association with World League Sim Racing here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. From Andrew Woodhouse, from Adam Bath, from James Nash, and from everyone else that's been a part of our broadcasting team this season, it's goodbye from Club 73 Touring Cars, and we'll see you in Season 3. We have Michael Hall and Clive Lawrence as the champions. Good night.